Alright. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I've had a terrible morning. My cat pooed on my couch last night. And you know what can put me in a good mood? Casting Florencio. I hope, fingers crossed. He is, after all, the sewer mermaid. If anyone can make me feel better, hopefully it's this guy. It's Florencio in the top right, called Checkmate. That's the account name he's playing. And he's playing Zerg as well, which is, let's be honest, a rather bodily fluid sort of focused faction. And he does, as always, build his Overlord 15 seconds late while sitting on 14 supply. Good to see that Florencio is doing what Florencio does. Now, his opponent is called Myron, bro. And that's how you know the Protoss player in the bottom left does lift. They're maybe a bit of a fan of, what was his name, guys? Rest in peace. Zeke? Zane? Zeke? What was his name? Ziz, that's it. Yeah, the old, it's an old meme, but it checks out. So it looks like Myron going to be playing Protoss here. Going for a double chrono at the start. What is this? What are you doing over there, mate? Also, what is this wall off? What the fudge am I looking at right now? This is a fugly wall off, guys. If he builds a building there, he can't get stalkers in or out of his wall. Not on that side. I think this side can, maybe? It's a frigging awkward building placement for Myron. Now, Florencio on the other... Whoa! What? Okay, guys. We're going for a hatchery first into a drone drill, guys. It's not his most perfect drone drill. You can tell it's a bit shimmery around the edges. But Florencio, the sewer mermaid, the master of the swamp, he who is, of course, an absolute freak, has managed to stack... How many drones is that, guys? I believe this is 19 drones stacked all on top of each other right here. 12, 16. It's 16 drones. He's got 5 at home. 16 drones coming in here with a drill. The stalkers have just started building right now. Myron gonna wall off, but a bit too late there, and the drones do go for a big A move. Now, Myron could defeat this with what we call attack move, but that is a very difficult maneuver. The other thing you can do is run around in circles with those probes. We'll see how we go. I think at this point, he actually might be outnumbered by the drones. He actually probably needs to wait for that stalker to help out. The stalker's here. It'll add a little bit of damage, but only a little bit. I think its main power might actually be tanking. You might want to pull the probes back, let the stalker tank. The drone's kind of losing this fight, though. The stalker, just that little bit of extra range damage per second does seem to be helping out a fair bit. But Florencio, he's been droning hard behind this, hasn't he? He's already up to 16 workers versus 11. If he can get a few more drones here, or kills on these probes, I should say, it'd be great, but he's not able to. Good micro at the end there for Myron. I'm always impressed when players are able to A-move, go back to that, stutter step stalkers, attack his own building. Because I think what we're seeing here is Myron clearly has a decent level of, like, kind of clicking and stuff like that. But I would say doesn't really understand how to do a build order. And yeah, that doesn't open your base up. Oh my god, we're killing 2 pylons to get outside of the base. Myron has already been traumatized. Florencio's sporting pool, of course, starting at the 2-minute 55 mark. And what Florencio has achieved by this, you might be wondering, is he's managed to slow the game down and mess it up. I don't think there's anything else you can really say. It's like, what did Florencio achieve? Well, he fucked the game up. That's it. He's made the game from... Wait, what? When did he hide? I didn't even notice that. Apparently, he snuck a drone into the corner during all that, and he's now building a hatchery inside the Protoss' main base. Of course, guys, it was all a ploy to disguise one single drone. He said, we're going to sacrifice ourselves as a distraction. And you sneak off into the corner of that base and build a hatchery in there. There's layers. 16 drones are out at home. 8 Zerglings building to defend the 2-stalker counterattack, guys. Now, for those who don't know, 2-stalker counterattack, it's a fantastic plan if you've been drinking paint thinner for breakfast. If you drink paint thinner for breakfast, going across the map into a Zerg's base with 2 stalkers may seem intelligent. If you haven't been drinking paint thinner, you may realize this is an insane idea and you need to get out of here right now. Right now. Don't hang around with 2 stalkers, mate. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's a lot of Zerglings. That's a lot of Zerglings. Florencio jumping on top. Now, to be fair, Florencio hasn't even replaced the Overlord that died yet, so he is getting massively distracted by this. The Stalkers try to wedge themselves in the mineral line. They take down a couple Zerglings, but of course, they both will go down. Florencio still has not built an Overlord, guys. He's waiting for the hatchery to finish to unsupply block him. And now he's going to send his lings across the map. He's going to build a queen. Are we going to build a drone here? He's going to build an Overlord inside his enemy. Why would you build an Overlord in their base? What? Why would you do that? Surely you build that at home, don't you? Okay, guys, the Protoss player should realize something's on. Let's go to his camera. Do you think he realizes this is his screen right now, guys? I think it might be dawning on him. He's like, something here looks different. He's gonna go down there and go, ah, shizzle fizz. And that means, of course, oh, he left a zealot in the wall. Dude, this guy's like the opposite of hero, but no, it's not on hold position. But the Zerglings didn't move in, so he gets back to the wall off. Another Adept is gonna warp in. Adept's over there getting surrounded as well. Oh my god, he's got to pull these Adepts back. He's got to get back to the wall. The Zealot's dying in the top left. The Adept's dying in the bottom right. The Immortal's trying to fight the Queen rather than the Zerglings. You kill the Zerglings, mate! Killing the Queen is nice, but it's a bonus task. Extra Adept did warp it in the wall, which is going to hold there. Probes have now been pulled to fight. This one is an absolute poop shoot. It is, well, not really a poop shoot, because a poop shoot is very, it's a shit show, is what I'm trying to say in more PG-13 language. But since it's the Florencio show, there's going to be a lot of swearing and content in terms of the on-screen strategies that aren't safe for children anyway. Just remember, guys, you know, we do live in an age where everyone's on TikTok. They're exposed to terrible things on the internet from a young age. And if you want your child not to be a degenerate bastard, make sure you don't let them watch the Florencio files unsupervised. If you guys are using a parental filter and it still lets them watch these videos, you've messed up, you've downloaded the wrong parental filter, and you need to fix that stuff as quickly as possible, because look, I enjoy it, but I also understand that I can do it in moderation. I can enjoy a bit of Florencio files and handle it. I can go to the casino, I could take a little bit of heroin without it becoming a life-ruining dependency. And I'm just saying, I don't know if your kids are made out with the same sort of discipline as me, and you might want to protect them from this savagery. The Zerglings sporting in the main, killing so many probes! Oh no! How did that kill so many probes? All he needed to do was mineral walk the probes to the left side of the mineral line, or have his army anywhere nearby. He just lost like another 15 probes. 21 workers have gone down. Oh, this Protoss should be completely dead. Luckily for him, he's playing Florencio, guys. Now, Florencio, of course, is permanently intoxicated and doesn't really have any macro behind what he's doing. He still has not built a single queen this game, and he's continuing to refuse to build queens. Now, remember, guys, Florencio has a lot of laws, a lot of rules that are enshrined within the Great Tablet, the 10 Demandments. Demented man. I was going to call him something else, and then I was like, oh, probably shouldn't say that one. Anyways, you guys can guess. Maybe not. The comment section will be very bad otherwise. Anyways, Spine Crawler's coming up. Point being, I think Florencio has a new rule, which is injecting's for fucking losers. I would rather look at my army rather than look at home to inject my hatchery. Same way, he doesn't really use his mules very much. I guess he does use Chrono Boost a fair bit, but he doesn't use the other ones too much. Anyways, oh, he did build a Queen Pig, just only in the Protoss base. That's true. As long as it's not for injecting, unless it's injecting inside your opponent's base. Now, these Spine Crawlers are awfully spread out, and a lot of them are getting focused down. Miring actually kind of wrecks him there. Wing speed's coming in. That's a lot of Zerglings coming out of this 2-hatch, no Queen production. Queens are being built now as well. And we're going to see, oh, dude, Miring's in trouble. Is he, though? The Adepts are going to do really well here, man. Those Adepts, the Immortal Stalkers, he's going to take them all out, but the Ling count is just a bit too high, and it looks like Florencio is going to be able to overwhelm now. He's got a couple of tentacles here as well. Okie doke. So, Flo now is on 2 base, 23 workers, 8.5 minutes into the game. And remember, guys, if there's one thing that Florencio seeks in a StarCraft game, it's basically forcing both players to have no economy and no idea what's going on. He's going to tech to Lair and 4 gas and start droning a little bit more here, as well as finally injecting in this game. So maybe it's not a hard and fast law, no injecting the hatcheries. Wave 2 of 1 base Zealot Immortal Adept attackers moving out. Meanwhile, keep in mind, guys, this Protoss player built a Forge to full wall their base and is now going for 1 base Stargate. Guys, we are talking about some of the most interesting decision-making I've ever seen. I mean, the decisions being made by Miring are technically decisions. And that is the sort of analysis that I can only give when watching such high-level StarCraft, guys. For me, what I just think the Forge Stargate transition is so genius, because what we really need right now is a single Void Ray to top off the massive IQ game that we're watching. I do feel, though, you guys let me know, the game was kind of getting up to 250, 260, 270 IQ in terms of how they're both playing. This Void Ray, when it pops, I think may pop this game over the 300 IQ mark. And for those who don't know, when you get above 300 IQ, as he's warped in Stalkers and realized they can't leave his base, oh my... When you go past 300 IQ, it does go, not to 301, but back to 0, and then 1 IQ again. And Oh, yeah, we're there. The Void Ray popped out. The Stalkers are trapped in the base. Myring still wondering why the Stalkers can't get out of his base. And then he slowly realizes that he already walled his base off on purpose and does warp in more Zealots to walk over. Now, Florencio, of course, a genius, is going to give up his natural and pull back to the main that has almost no resources left in it while massing Spinecrawler in the high ground. Now, remember, this isn't because this is a good decision. It's because Florencio is just doing things. He has no tech. He has no follow-up, but he's building a wall of spines on a ramp because that looks funny. Yes. All right, guys, I'm not going to lie. My brain kind of hurts a little bit right now trying to comprehend what both players' goals are in this game. The Protoss player has killed his own pylon, depowering a bunch of his structures, thinking about being able to expand. Spire does go... Okay, this is Spire. I was wondering what all that gas was for. There we go. Spire is there. We're going half-base Spire. Now, you might wonder, what do you mean half-base? Guys, half the mineral patches are gone in this main base. I cannot, in good stead and honesty, call this a one-base Mutalisk. It's a half-base Mutalisk. This might be the world's first half-base Mutalisk build I've ever seen. Consciously giving up his natural when I do think the spines maybe could have defended the natural. It would have been tight, but who knows? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the one behind his main base. And Myring is like, you know what I need right now? More pylons, observers, and a second Void Ray. Because you know what happens, guys? If you get 2 Void Rays, they go from Virgin Rays from Cuck Rays to Chad Rays. That's when 2 bros start fucking chest thumping each other and going, yeah, boy. That's when you slap your buddy on the ass, but you go too deep and you reach inside the cheek. And remember, guys, if you are going to slap your buddy on the ass, there's a bit of a broy bromanship. You're always meant to lean more towards the outside, not the inside cheek. Not something you normally have to consciously think about, but 1 or 2 awkward misplaced butt slaps, and you too will realize the awkwardness of being on the wrong orientation there. Ooh, pig. It's not ooh, it's honest advice. This is actually good advice, you know? It's one of those things, man. You got to be careful. There's techniques. You know, a lot of people say that's gross, don't say it. No, it's gross if you don't know that, and then you fucking slap someone on the inside of the butt. That's where it goes. What? Okay, guys, we got 10 Mutalisks coming out. Now we do have the Alpha of Chads, right? We've got the Alpha of Chads, a bunch of Zealots, and Immortal, a few Adepts coming out. Florencio chilling here. And there's nothing that shoots up except the Alpha. So I think the Mutas can take it down. The Lings are running around. He's checking for corner bases while taking his own corner bases, Florencio. Myring has decided to start a Nexus 12 minutes into this game. And we are absolutely watching StarCraft right now, guys. The Units Lost tab is incredibly close. And that's actually impressive. It is impressive that the Units Lost tab is this close. It really goes to show the absolutely well-matched, high IQ StarCraft that we are watching as this Mutalist does get taken down by the Alpha of Chads, double-teaming him. Ooh, they make the Eiffel Tower on top of that Mutalisk, and that Mutalisk not too happy about it. These Mutalisk gonna fly through. Going for the probes, though. This is... Ooh, man, don't want to be losing all these mutts. Gets himself a probe or 2, forces a recall. Does take down a pylon on the natural, and the Mutas and the Ling's gonna try to do some damage there. Now, the rest of the army is coming home. There's no anti-air guarding any of those. The Mutalist's going to try and fight the Void Rays. There's only 2 Void Rays and 3 Stalkers with a cannon. Oh, and Florencio actually pulled back a weak Mutalisk as well. Mutaling going to go for the Nexus. Oh, the Nexus down to 100 hit points. He's going to get it. Florencio takes out the Nexus, gets out with a red hit point Mutalisk as well. And now his half-base economy about to dry up, but it's okay because he's got the corner base up. Now would be the perfect moment to transfer most of these workers across the map. Yeah, I'd probably transfer even more because those mineral patches will run out soon as well. If you want to get them out while the Protoss is kind of on his side. Now, the Protoss is building static defense on one base to defend a mineral line that's already almost gone. And we've got a few Stalkers, a Void Ray, a few Zealots, and an Immortal. Florencio's one base spine defense. Oh, he's going to try to resecure his natural. It might get him in trouble. It's a lot of Zealots out there, but I mean, it all comes down to Mutalisks versus the air units, and Phoenix are building one at a time. They do hard counter Mutalisks, but one Phoenix, is it going to hard counter Mutalisks? Well, it's a micro-dependent unit, and as we can see, the army of Myring is desperately all in. Even with the Phoenix rallying across, I don't see any way you can take down this many Mutas. As long as the Mutas just, you know, engage with everything at once. And actually, there we go. Void Ray's already almost down. The Mutalisk's going for it. They're taking out the Stalkers. The Void Ray did pull back a bit, but it goes down as well. And there's only 1 Phoenix, 1 Stalker left, which means the Mutas are going to jump on top. They're going to get it. And that there was a game of StarCraft, guys. That there was Florencio playing Zerg at his finest. We need to go back and check when that bloody drone split off from the pack. When did that happen? So at some point in here, he's going to pull one to the right. Oh, it's this guy. He's like, quick, hide. He's staring over there. Yeah, to be fair, of course he's looking up here as the Protoss player. Hey, good job, good job. Yeah, that was wild, man. I do wonder what would have happened if the Protoss player re-expanded. Shout out to the Protoss player's wall-off abilities, by the way, guys. Slapping a pylon in the middle of your ramp and making your base literally unwall-offable was super high IQ. But Florencio, with the sneaky drone maneuver, drills it in there, gets the damage done, and then I think it was like 10 minutes, they got past 30 drones each. Yeah, there was still, at 8 minutes, at 23 workers versus 18. Dude, the benchmarks, if you just look at the worker counts in Florencio games, you're like, what am I looking at? And then Florencio ran away here with 28 drones versus 18 probes. So stupid. GG, well played.